Good evening, everyone. My name is Parijat Sutradhar, and I am an associate member at Kharagpur Data Analytics Group.
Hello everyone, I am Rishika Maheshwari, an associate member at Kharagpur Data Analytics Group. Firstly, Kharagpur Data Analytics Group heartily congratulates everyone for securing a spot in the second round of the Kharagpur Data Science Hackathon. Last year, we witnessed remarkable innovation, and with around 6,000 registrations this time, our excitement knows no limits. Get ready to elevate your data science skills as we delve into cutting edge problem solving through the Kharagpur Data Science Hackathon. Welcome to an extraordinary journey.
We are thrilled to be your host for today's exhilarating webinar, proudly presented by Zelta Labs, the title sponsor of Kharagpur Data Science Hackathon 2024. It is a pleasure to guide you through today's engaging and informative discussion. After this informative webinar, we will move on to our Q&A session where all your doubts regarding the data solution round will be answered.
That's right. Today, we'll be exploring a very captivating topic, which is applications of machine learning in finance. We are very eager for you to join us as we navigate the remarkable nexus of artificial intelligence and machine learning with the world of finance.
Before we start, we'd like to introduce you to our title sponsor, Zelta Labs.
Zelta Labs was founded in 2017. It is a technologically driven corporation that specializes in creating cutting edge programs and modules on the internet. From integrating the latest technologies to providing information on blockchain, tech, and entertainment, Zelta Labs is a powerhouse in the world of technology and media.
Zelta Labs is not just any tech company, it's a leader in blockchain based development and consultancy. They are all about pushing the boundaries and delivering exceptional decentralized applications that exemplify excellence.
And today, we are going to explore one of the many facets of technology that Zelta Labs is deeply involved in the application of machine learning in finance.
Absolutely. But before we bring in our panelists, let's give a shout out to the wonderful audience. We are thrilled to have all of you join us today. Please wait till the end of the session for the Q&A round regarding doubts about the data solution round.
Now, without further ado, let's welcome our distinguished panelists who will be shedding light on the fascinating world of machine learning in finance.
Mr. Harsh Bhaduria, Head of Tech Trading Desk at Zelta Labs. Mr. Vikas Jaiswal, Quantitative Trader at Zelta Labs. Mr. Sampan Acharya, ML AI Developer at Zelta Labs.
Now, let's get started with our exploration of the application of machine learning in finance. Over to the panelists.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. First and foremost thing would be to just confirm whether are we audible enough.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Sure, sure. Thank you. Uh, so this webinar for sure, knowingly, unknowingly, it just represents a lifetime opportunity for us to address and engage with some of the brightest intellects in this field, right? So MLAI and overall algorithmic trading. I mean, never ever in my previous experience as a professional career, I have not addressed such brightest intellects at one place, right? So it's an honor for us, and I feel the Vikas and Sampan feels the same. So also where in a world where technological advancement is going on unparalleled, so events like these provide us a unique platform to share insights, exchange ideas, and collectively shape the future, right? Not just even in blockchain, but overall algorithmic trading and overall uh, role of ML and AI in finance. And on top of that, one of the panel members, Vikas, is from IIT Kharagpur, which adds an extra layer of richness to this discourse. Also, I believe that together we can, or we have this opportunity to shape the narrative, influence the discourse of ML and AI, and contribute to this ever evolving landscape of technology and overall finance. So thank you guys. Thank you for being a part of this exceptional gathering, and we really look forward to the insightful discussions that are going to lie ahead. Vikas or Sampan, maybe you guys, do you want to uh, address some things? Uh, address some things.
Sure, Harsh. Thanks to like all of you for joining this meeting, and I wish you all the best for choosing this field, because it brings all of intellects together and then create something bigger. So if you are, even if you're doing it on a like personal level, you can leverage this like skill set to apply into a real real world where institutions come into the picture. So this opportunity marks the very beginning of your career as as an expert in data and investments. So I have myself like felt a lot of ups and downs while being into this position, and that is the reason we are reaching out to everyone, like-minded people. So I wish you all the best for like today's discussion, and we'll see like what things unfolds from here onwards. So I'll hand over to Sampan for a brief introduction over here, and then we'll move it forward. Sampan, are you there? So I think there is a technical glitch might be happening in the back end. So yeah, let's begin Harsh then. Like we'll bring Sampan in a while.
Sure, sure, sure. Zelta Labs, as have been rightly put, it's a startup which is settled in Pink City, and it's in the realm of blockchain-based development and overall data-driven solutions for Web 3.0 era. And the company truly stands out for because of its deep understanding of the blockchain technology and a commitment to maximize its potential by hiring and bringing smart people under one roof and getting things done. We are basically providing cutting edge solutions in the form of applications, that is dApps, decentralized applications, and which showcase our excellence, right? So what we do throughout and through in. And before I would just go on to address what company does. So shall I ask you guys that shall we just go ahead with role of ML and AI in finance, or shall we just close this aspect of company? What does a company actually do in length, or probably discuss the products we are trying to build for the future?
Yes, sir. You can.
Right, right. Sure, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So before heading on to discuss what ML and AI can do, uh, and how you can basically use ML and AI and play with data to create something meaningful. Let's see how and why company is doing, and what it is doing, and how are things moving ahead with us. So I think we have three exciting products in the pipeline, each catering to different aspects of digital landscape. First among them is Untrade. For sure, it's a forward-looking platform for financial automation. Basically, Untrade provides a comprehensive set of tools and services which are designed to empower traders of all levels to basically kill in this game, which is automated cryptocurrency trading, right? So We have some state of the art trading bots and algorithms available with us, and we automate things and our strategies efficiently in order to, right? So second would be a second product would be gaming arcade, where we're trying to make a significant change in how users play games and what they can do with games. And thirdly would be Consu funds. It is decentralized fund management services. uh, so yeah, these products are there basically. None of the products is launched. We have just started, but we are I mean the company is trying to give its best, so that we are present in the marketplace with the best and the optimized version of our products, right? So coming to I guess role of ML and AI, right? So uh, I would say machine learning has been since all of you guys are basically are participating in this hackathon, and you understand the power of data, right? So how data can be utilized and constructively put into picture to create something meaningful out of it, and how data can be leveraged to create something which is even beyond somebody's imagination, to basically change the lives in a way that has not been changed. So machine learning basically, and artificial intelligence, it plays a crucial role in revolutionizing the financial landscape, particularly the domain of algorithmic trading, right? So that is what the PS is also highlighting. And basically you are using some computer algorithms and power of and leveraging the power of data and automation, right? So uh, before putting into theoretical aspects of what ML and AI can do, what we will try to do and present to you would be what me, Vikas, and Sampan have faced, the real problems with respect to machine learning, the real instances, nuances, and the real, the smartness and the utility of ML and AI in our workspace, and how our thinking with respect to ML and AI changed over a period of time, and how and why we think that ML and AI would actually create something which has not been created before. And all you need is just sharp mind, some dedication, and that's it. So I think the foremost would be the sentiment analysis. I think most of you have been aware of what sentiment analysis can do, right? So machine learning techniques are basically applied to analyze market sentiment from various sources. You go on and read news, right? So social media and other financial reports on your phone or in various applications, or maybe Twitter, right? So understanding sentiment basically can help you gauge the market perception and can help you make more informed decisions. And if I tell you with respect to this problem statement, then understanding sentiment can help traders gauge market perception and make more informed trading decisions, right? So sentiment analysis by far is the most sophisticated and most sophisticated and by far the most less widely used thing, which will draw the boundaries and the overall discourse of finance. Maybe when people will start realizing it, they'll probably try to do it, and that will change the game. That will actually put you the real skin in the game, right? So apart from that, I think what we also know that ML has a predictive power, right? So predictive analytics, ML algorithms are basically, they're very smart in at analyzing vast amounts of historical data to identify various patterns and trends, right? So in even with respect to algorithmic trading, or even with respect to the overall finance, these predictive analytics of ML can help in forecasting the future price movements or make more informed trading decisions, right? So ML helps you to identify those small nuances which are basically let go by the normalize but with ML you can actually find those intricate patterns, which are the opportunities, right? So apart from sentiment analysis and predictive analytics, I guess I believe automated decision making is one of the crucial, role which ML does. So you can basically automate your trading strategies, or you can basically auto, not with respect to trading, but in the overall finance, you can basically use ML, and ML basically enables you to, automate by processing real time data and executing, your thing without any human intervention, right? So, and with respect to trading, I would say that it you can automate your trading strategies, right, by processing this data, and you can execute your trades without any human intervention, right? So this automation ensures that you are quickly responding to the market changes, and having said that, you are also executing your predefined strategies with precision, right? So most of you have might have like heard of the word high frequency trading, right? So HFT. Um, so ML algorithms are very well suited for the high speed environment of HFT, right, where trades are executed in milliseconds. So ML models can actually help you quickly process and react to market data, and and allow the HFT strategies to capitalize on these opportunities, right? So maybe Vikas or Sampan maybe would like to add a few things over and above it.
Yeah, am I
Thank you,
audible?
Harsh. So I'll go
Am I
first.
audible?
Okay. So just on a very like surface level, I'll try to touch upon today. So the thing is, we need to when we speak about data, we need to understand like what is data and what is investment about data. So first, the foremost problem to me is like opening the case, and the next stage is reading the case, and the third is closer of the case. So I try to stick to these things first when I approached the market and in everything in Python processing and using machine learning algorithms. So now I'll touch upon the first part, which is opening the case. So opening means like you have been given like data set which consists of like 5 6 columns. Basically you can generate the entire set of trading indicators and everything out there just by utilizing 4 5 columns, and these are like timestamp, open, high, low, close, and volume. So I use this to open my case, and then what happened next would be understanding like in which way we want to implement our algorithm to behave. So the first like and foremost thing for you to understand that you are here to make profits, right? So you are always stick to the point. You'll get it after like certain time that there are a lot of hurdles and a lot of noises in the market which you cannot process, and you'll get stuck over there, and these 3 lines will save your life. Just like you have to be profitable, you have to be profitable, and you have to be profitable. These 3 lines only. Now, speaking about data and utilizing it, I genuinely believe that algorithms based on ML and AI will help you. Not too much if you miss the very basics and crux of the investing. So use it only when you need it. Like first apply your own logic and then move forward, uncover the case, and utilize all set of algorithms which might not be there in the internet, and you will not be able to google it anywhere. So you have to mold every ml algorithm according to your need. That is very basic of this competition. So you cannot just play around real world data on a real time basis. um, you know uh, like it will not fetch you any results, to be frank. So I always try to remember these things while opening this case. And now coming to reading the case, you have to get you have to use a lot of things apart from machine learning algorithms. So first of all, you'll be needing set of like indicators if you want to use it, or you want to write your own functions, or be it like using simple crossover strategies or something like that. You will then augment with machine learning. So this has been my learning here. I was stuck into a problem where my results were profitable, but with the help of compounding, I'll define the compounding concept here first. So compounding means, as in the problem statements also, because some of us I think are new joinee over here. They have missed the point. So compounding means, suppose you're starting by investing $1,000 or 1,000 rupees in first call, and you are getting a profit of $20. So in next call you'll be investing with 1,020, and now if you get a loss of 30, then in the next call you'll be investing by 990. So this is compounding. That means if we are building a solution on untrade, it is basically focused to catering the retail subscribers. Like everyone who writes the algorithm has to be cognizant about what are the repercussions, what were the data in 2019, and what the price ranges there. How did my algorithm performed in first quarter of 2019, and why did it perform so well? So you need to answer such questions in your head before moving forward. And then in reading the case, I basically applied to understand the algorithmic word very clearly. So whenever I try to formulate any problem, the basic problem was to get what the problem is. So you need to very particular to define your problem. Like if the cycle is bullish, my algorithm is performing better. But if the cycle is bearish, my algorithm is not performing better. So you need to augment here with ML. Like if you can predict with ML that the next quarter is going to be a bearish quarter, so you can like add a functionality to your algorithm, like switch on and switch off. So you can switch on that algo part in terms of augmentation with applying your winning rates and profitability. So this way you will grow the wallet, and the problem remains in the next stage. Like even if you apply ML and predicted a quarter, was it really back tested well? So by backtesting means there are a lot of perceptions, but you just need to understand that you have to calculate the profit part for each positions which you trained for. So suppose we are giving a data from 2018 to 2021, you need to generate logs and like generate entry exit timestamps and entry exit prices. So there you will get to know that if my hypothesis was correct, so how my perform like how my profit for each trade differed, and then you will get to plot a lot of things, visualize things, and present things to us. So a lot of complexities are there. I don't know, like hackathon will be a right time to jump in, but you need to start very early to get to just define the problem. Like forget anything else, you need to define the problem first. Like there are few things that I'll highlight today that you need to work upon. The first would be generating logs for each trades that you take. The second would be understanding the wallet of a user, which should be a monthly wallet, quarterly wallet, and yearly wallet. And you have to see whether the dip, like if I'm investing $1,000 in like my first call, there's a loss of like $700, I'll not use your platform basically. So in that case you have to take care of all such things as if like you are investing. So you have to be very practical while implementing any strategies. you need to also take factors into consideration. Like if we are compounding, then we need to we need to compound it only when the win rate is good, because each call will be very important to us. Even if you incur losses, your losses should be minimized. So and you need to be answerable to each and every quarter. That's when the beauty of AI and ML comes into the picture. So you just need to be aware, and like even if you don't want to solve the problem, you just read the problem again and again and again. That is the main thing that I'll highlight today. And now, talking about the third, that is closing the case. You need to be presenting your documents in a way that is very comprehensible. Like as you can explain it to us, like to any like-minded people or very niche people, and also cater to simple audience. So the strategy and everything needs to be written down and submitted to us. And you have to make your presentation in a way that is, even if we can help you on that front, we'll understand it first, and then only we'll be able to help you out there. So presenting and everything consists of very very like third pillar of any strategy. So you need to be very good with data visualization over here. Every hypothesis that you have in your head, which you study in statistics, is should be there for model assessment and what I call model validation. So wherever you are stuck, you'll have my mantra that you have to make profit and profit. Just forget anything else, and then you will uncover the rest of the paths which are like a lot harder than the previous one. So I'll not be very like very sadistic about it, but I like my journey so far. And so far, like we are trying to cater to the problem that has never been solved. Like a lot of bigger institutions are there, but even their infrastructure and like when it comes to slippage, they suffer a lot. I have fortunately solved three, four of problems till now, and we had deployed very good strategies based on Z score, that is normal distribution. So everyone studied Z score, but there is a interpretation that you need to carry along. Like anything, the price that is going to be there, the next price is going to be there. Is normally distributed since last 2019. So if it is like deviating from the mean standard deviation, the like 1.67, you can see that there is a 68% chance that the price is going to be within one standard deviation, and there is 90% chance that it's going to be within two standard deviation. And what if my price is going to be in the second distribution, second like standard deviation? What should be your strategy over there? You need to sell, or you need to long, or you need to short. So identify all such opportunities, and when it's done, you apply ML over it, you apply AI over it, and then take automated decisions like dynamic position sizing, which I say. So crossover helped me a lot to solve one such issue. I reference to a point which is obtained by crossover thing. So everything is there, like we'll see going forward, but we are here to help you out any moment. We are on LinkedIn, we are everywhere. Basically, three of us, we could reach out to us. I wish I could elaborate a lot about the strategy that I'm building over here, but that is not the like purpose. That should not be the purpose for the first call, because it will be too heavily loaded upon you. So you go and research, you apply your own logic and be confident whatever you are doing. You don't need to copy anything from anywhere. It comes from within. Like whenever you study data, interpret it in a way that you can relate to it. Like so anything that you see, like normal distribution, you study a lot of things about normal distribution, third moment, second moment, kurtosis, skewness, everything. But you can't apply everything like when it comes to solving your own problem. So there is a problem with you, I think. So data needs to be interpreted and needs to be included in every way. So you have to like really, really smart to use the data, and it's very helpful to me. Like all of us are just reading bunch of data and digesting it. It's very few time given to you that we are like here in 6 Jan and the competition is going to be held within 15 days. So you need to pull your socks off and then we'll see like how things go. And this marks my final words for this round. And if you have any questions after this meeting, I'll be there to help you out. But I'll now hand over it to Sampan, and let's see his side of story from here.
Uh, Thank you, Vikas. First of all, I would like to confirm whether or not am I audible or not.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, great. Great. Thank you. So yeah, adding to what Harsh and Vikas has said, I would really like to talk about the precautions that one should take whenever you are indulging with machine learning and by using it in algorithmic trading and finance. Right? So some of the cautions which are very common and which are very prominent that we have seen even in our own implementations and even in our own trials. First of all, are ever-changing market conditions. So you cannot always bet that your model is going to work upon the new ever-changing market condition. Let's say your model was trained on specific time period of data set, right? And you tried to generate signals, and if you tried to generate trades according to what your model is predicting, right? But the thing is, a news might come around in the market, and the market might suddenly crash, and the data might change so significant. The change in the data, the change in the candle might be so significant that your model might not be able to cope up with that. So this requires periodic retraining, right? Let me introduce you to what do I mean when I say periodic retraining. So in the periodic retraining phase, always whenever so we have 100,000 samples to events and data samples. So just for a case, let's take an example in a case that you have trained your model for a specific time period, right? And now you are trying to predict signals, and you are trying to get signals out of you're trying to extract signals out of your model on some patch of unseen. So sometimes things might happen, some external news might arise, or some external factors might affect your data, and the percentage change in all the candles, you have all the data set, might be so significant that your model might not be able to cope up with that. So one thing that is required is periodic retraining. So this ever-changing environment of the data set does not hinder your process of creating or generating answers. Second problem that we have faced in our machine learning journey, that machine learning models have a black box property, right? You really do not know. You really cannot point a finger at one single feature. Let's say I have 5 features, right? Open, high, low, close, and volume. Along with that, let's take for example that if I'm using simple moving average, let's have that for an example. Let's have that for an example, and I try to generate signals accordingly. So what might happen is I will really do not know which feature is impacting my trade the most. It might be the volume, it might be the closing price, or it might be the simple moving average, which was there at the value of simple moving average, which was there at the time of the trade that was executed. Right? What is the explainability of your model is very important to us. There are many metrics which are required for basically targeting this explainability in your models. First, like there are many examples, you can just quickly Google it out. The ones that we use are the ones that I consider great are SHARP and PDPs. So SHARP and PDPs are very great metrics which help you actually look at which feature was important and or which feature helped you make the decision which the trade has made on which the trade has been executed. And then the third and the most prominent, which has been like the almost always been a problem with machine learning models, are theoretical trade-offs, which one really cannot escape from. Right? For example, some of theoretical trade-offs that are at the top of my head are bias variance trade-off, underfitting and overfitting trade-off. You really do not know how these trade-offs goes on along with your data. So you really need to find uh, it's a thin line of balance between all of these things, and try to basically have like a bigger picture and consider all of these metrics and create your model. So these are some precautions that I guess the participants should have in their mind whenever they are trying to create a new approach, or whether or not they are trying to like create a submission, or whether they are trying to submit a strategy in the competition. This might help you a lot. And talking about machine learning in finance, yeah, these three problems are like the biggest problem which we have suffered through now. Some of the machine learning models give us excellent results. For example, if I were to train an LSTM model using some simple indicators, some a simple cogs and wheels, if I were to move in an LSTM model, I can get exponential amount of profits in my backtest. But if I were to use an unseen patch of data, and if I were to just run my LHTM model and try to generate signals, it will obviously going to show me a loss. So these are some of the things that you need to have in your mind whenever you're creating your strategies, or whenever you're training ML models on some financial data. So yeah, these were my words on the precautions of ML. I give back to Harsh. So that he can continue.
Yeah, greatly put, guys. Thank you. And also, I mean, whatever Sampan said, I think so. We have to, just be careful around what ML has basically, in place for us, which is not usually, uh, highlighted by our inner instinct. So just try to see that your model basically has generalizing capabilities, right? So and it performs optimally good on all data patches, and also wherever potential optimization spaces are basically you think that we can potentially optimize this areas or something, you should do that. And apart from that, I guess the biggest concern, and also while preparing this model throughout the competition, should be that how can I execute it in the live trading environment, right? So it has to be there for sure in your mind when you're building it. And that is why we took this approach of explainable AI and XML, right? So that explains, I guess. You should know that why your uh, model is trying to make a decision, what has been done in the past, what it is doing now, and what can it do in the future, right? So your model should know. I mean, yeah. Anyways, off to the presenters. I mean, you guys can
So
stare.
Harsh,
Off to the
we'll be
presenters. I mean, you
having
guys can stare.
sure. I was saying that we'll be having some Q&A questions from here onwards. So there were few of them highlighted by Ayushi already. But yes, like I'd allow audience to speak up a bit, and so that we make it a bit interactive, and then we'll uncover all things like going forward.
Yes, so we'll just hand it over to the audience now. We'll have audience's question. That was a really insightful session by all of you. I hope we all really enjoyed and got some insights. We'll hand it over to Manas from here. He'll
We'll
take
hand
up the audience. He'll take up the audience's questions.
Right. Good evening to the panelists. I'm Manas Jha. I'm an executive here at KDAG. So I'm sure I can speak on the behalf of everybody that the session was very insightful, and we are grateful that you gave the KDAG team the opportunity to conduct an event such as this. So moving on, we have some questions from the participants. Can we change the slide? Cool. So starting off, we have what is the extent of the use of ML models when coming to the trading strategies? So do we strictly need to adhere to using ML models,
So do
or
we
can
strictly
we
need to adhere to using ML models, or can we?
I'm having
I'll
a bit
take
of an
this up.
echo. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm having a bit of an echo.
Oh, sure. Is it fine now?
Yeah, I think
Hello.
it's good.
Guys, am I audible? Please confirm.
Yeah,
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, so the
Yes, you're
question,
audible.
yeah, the question is, what is the extent of use of ML models while coming up with trading strategies? So first of all, extent is like limitless. You can use it wherever you want and whenever you feel stuck and whenever you need a solution, which is obtained by using ML. So there are a lot of techniques. There are continuous data set that we are using, that is time series data, and there are a lot of ML models based on classification also. So you have to intermingle things a bit here. Like sometimes you need to get it sorted with the help of classification algorithms. Like suppose the next quarter is going to be bearish or bullish, or next month is going to be bearish or bullish, or next candle is going to be bearish or bullish. So these three extents that you can use it while forecasting. And now at times you have to model with decision trees where the continuous data series will be tackled in a way that is not overfitted. So you can use classification and continuous uh, use of data where ML models are already built. And I'm just making you aware that there are things that are not very plain and simple here. So you have to tweak in a way that works in your favor. So a lot of ML models that have been built, it already were being used by fraud detection or classification of diseases and desert classifier. But nowadays, I think that there are XGBoost. There are few models that are performing good when it comes to modeling the continuous data. That is, ANN, RNN also is there. XGBoost is there. Use of deep deep data mining is there. So a lot of things that you have studied so far and a lot of things that have not studied been so far will be used according to your need. So there are no extent as such to me.
Adding
Yeah,
on to what
absolutely.
adding on to what Vikas said, so it's gonna be our focus is gonna be, and I request all the participants that your focus entirely should be to create ML driven solutions, right? So rather than going for statistical models. Initially, we just gave a thought and probably try to put it up in the PS, but I mean, with more maturity on this subject and with more uh, thoughtful discussions with our team and with the and with the I mean the organizing team, we thought, I mean, just as since ML models are very difficult uh, to come up with. So we thought, why not just just push it for just the ML driven solutions rather than any statistical models. So even if the participants have something in mind with respect to integrated approaches, I believe the content or the participation of statistical approaches in your overall strategy should be far lesser than ML percentages, right? So yeah.
Absolutely. I think we can move on to the next question, Parijit. Okay, about dataset dilemmas. So, by and far, the most asked question was about the dataset. So, firstly, the question was, should we scrape stock data or should we utilize the dataset given? And secondly, do we need to perform trades on Bitcoin USD or Bitcoin Tether? So, which trading pair do we need to use? So these were the two questions.
Yeah.
I think
Can you
someone would.
repeat the first question? Can you repeat the first question, Honest?
Sorry, it was should we scrape the data ourselves or should we utilize the dataset that we have given?
So when you are talking about scraping the data set, which what kind of more data that you want to scrap? So are you talking about like pair trading systems?
Yeah, the Bitcoin USD data. I think a lot of participants had this question because we provided the dataset after a few days of the competition. So
Okay.
yeah,
So yeah, let me make it clear to you guys. Please use the data set that has been provided. If you really want to infer something or if you really want to extract anything out of like any kind of knowledge from any other data which has not been provided by us, but the data that you are scraping can provide some inference to you about the data that we have provided. It is allowed, but if you are training an ML, if you are training a model and using some other data along with our data, along with the data that we have provided, I guess that will not be. For example, let me just give you an example right away. Let's say that you are trying to create a pair trading system and you train like an LSTM model with each USDT data combined with our data set, which will be protocol wrong for us, which will not be entity. Yeah, second question, Manish.
Yeah, the second question was, should we perform trades on Bitcoin USD or Bitcoin Tether? Because in the PS it was mentioned Bitcoin Tether, but the problem statement data set it has Bitcoin USD.
No, so the data set that has been provided to you guys is BTC USDT spot. It is from the
We
spot
have
market.
to basically rely on the data set which has been provided by the company, right? So, and it is of BTC USDT, so which is Tether.
Right.
And I believe that utilizing any other data set which is not given should not be permissible for building any model, because that will obviate the need which we really want to create for all the participants, that is the level playing field for all, the same level playing field. So just utilize the data which has been provided to you guys, and it is not at all permissible to look into or peek into any other data set for building your models.
Okay, I think we can move on to the next question. I think this ties into the previous answer. So we had a bunch of questions which fell into the same category about the scope of the PS. So we had questions like, can we utilize stock data like NVIDIA, Tesla, or derivatives, or can we perform arbitrage? So I think all that is ruled out.
Yeah, arbitrage is not allowed. First of all, a partisan has to have a very deep understanding of how arbitrages work, right? And apart from that, when he has a sound understanding of it, I mean, creating an arbitrage in this competition would not be a feasible choice. At least I would not do that if I would have been a participant on it. Because the efficiency of arbitrage opportunities in crypto markets is like quite hindered by transaction cost, latency issues, and liquidity constraints. So I believe, and on top of that, the volatile nature of the crypto prices and everything. So arbitrage is also ruled out, yeah, for sure.
All right. And finally,
Also, one more thing. Sure.
and finally,
Sure, Manas, just bring me back to the previous question.
Parijit, can we change the slide?
Parijit, can we change
Sorry,
the slide?
scope question, inclusion of stock data, Bitcoin arbitrage, right? So I think the arbitrage works in a scenario where you have different, regulations and everything.
Desktop SAL4A4N connected.
Just 1 minute. Yeah, sure. So I was telling that arbitrage won't work here because the marketplace is only one. Like the place where we trade Bitcoin is Binance, and everyone who is trading Bitcoin has to be particularly active, like in that platform only. Because arbitrage happens where you have multiple exchanges and like prices differences are there, but Bitcoin is universal, like any time the price is same across any market. So I think the one who has asked this, like these questions, need to understand that there are very few differences when it comes to trading Bitcoin. The first one would be obviously no arbitrage opportunity. The second one would be there's no premium whatsoever on futures here. So like Bank Nifty people, good news for you guys that there is no premium you have to pay for taking positions. And also the third thing is leverage. So leverage is something you'll never get in traditional market. Here, even if you have $100 to invest and you're confident that strategy is, going to anyway not be like over or liquidation, then you can go for higher leverage. So you can things model. I think I have model leverage part also separately. So So you need to be very cautious when using data of maximum dip that we call. So suppose you are taking a position, long position at when the price of Bitcoin was $100, and now you have a leverage of 10x in your portfolio, and the price of Bitcoin drops down to 90. So there is a 10% decrease in price of Bitcoin, and it will like 10x will be liquidated. So like your wallet will be empty. But if you get 110, then your profit will be 10 times higher. So there are very few things, basic things you need to get your hands on before jumping into the problem. Sure. Let's see on the question if you have.
Great. Thank you for the question, answer, Vikas. So moving on. Finally, do we have to create an entire UI or live trading bot for the hackathon?
No need. Just create the models. That's it. No need to create an interface.
Cool.
Just
So
just the working models, guys. Nothing. I mean, we don't need any bots and everything. We have all places. I mean, all things in place for itself. We just need bots. These models, working models, which are able to outperform the benchmarks.
Right, thank you, sir. So those were the participant questions that we had compiled. So if anybody in the audience has any doubts, feel free to drop them in the Google form in the chat, and we'll try our best to get them solved. So I'll try to pick up some questions from the Google form now. So one such question was, what are the metrics which will be evaluated for the model?
I think the metrics are very categorically mentioned in the PS, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have been mentioned in the PS doc.
So I think if we can highlight the very few of them, the first
Yeah.
metric would be obviously risk reward. Like whenever you are winning, your cost of winning is worth like how much. And the second one is obviously percentage dip. Like if you trade and so what is the maximum point that went against your favor. So that is maximum dip. So the third one would be obviously wallet. Like if you are trading and building a strategy that is like there since 2018 to 2022 and will test it from 2022 onwards. So the wallet should grow first of all. Like anytime the user can jump in and like trade. So you have to take care of that metrics also. And the other one you'll go through the doc and you'll find yourselves.
Yeah, and another thing to mention was that these metrics were independent of the volume, so it doesn't matter whatever volume you take. That was another question. So
Can you
one more
can you
question
define
is,
more, can you define more clearly what do you mean by volume? I mean, as in
so trade volume. So
trade volume.
like the wallet money that you have initially going in.
All right. Sure, 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 sure. So we have two approaches in place. We are going to deliver one more doc today. We have two approaches in place. One of them would be a static approach where you are opening every trade, irrespective of the number of trades. You're opening every trade with a certain amount of money, right? Be it $1,000 or thousand or $10,000. Secondly, as Vikas told in his previous conversation that he's basically running his algos with compounding approach, which is also the second approach, in which the balance is basically adjusted, net PNL adjusted, and whatever the PNL is adjusted, the balance is left. That entire balance goes into the trade. The it sounds a little bit catchy, but I guess the best risk management practices and the best sound practices come when your entire money is at stake. You will try to create some model which will have very thin drawdowns, or the best metrics will come out of it. So we have basically given that approach as compounding approach to you guys as well, right? So In compounding, you start initially with $1,000, and whatever the PNL is adjusted, it just goes on arithmetically like that.
Okay, I think we have one more question. The slippage ratio has been considered to be 15% in the PS. Do we consider it positive or negative?
Of course, negative.
Yeah. One more question was for assets such as Bitcoin, which are much more volatile than traditional assets. Do you think normal numerical models such as LSTM or ARMA stand a chance? So I think Vikas answered this before.
Yeah, guys, I mean, they do stand a chance, but the problem with all these things is that if you are not able to explain us, or if you are not if your model is not transparent, or if your model is not basically able to interpret in itself that why is it doing what it is doing, and if it is not self-explanatory in nature, then you don't stand a chance for sure. I mean, sorry for being brutally that way, but my core intention and my other teammates' core intention is to push you beyond your limits to generate something meaningful, right? So if your model is not able to explain that why it is taking decision, if it is taking any decision, then anybody else's model with lesser metrics but more on explainability would have an edge in the competition for sure.
Understood, sir. Another question was, can you please explain the maximum drawdown? Is it with respect to the Bitcoin asset as a whole, or the maximum drawdown with respect to the portfolio balance? So it should be the latter, right?
Portfolio balance for sure.
Also, like I would like to like remove this confusion of two terms. The one is dip and the other is drawdown. So dip will use it for the position which went against you, and drawdown will be always there for portfolio like balance. So these two terms are very confusing to me, but I'll end this confusion right away.
And also we have, in the doc we have provided you, I guess, how to, take out the maximum dip. Maximum dip is how much price goes against you after you take entry in a running trade, in a single running trade, right? So yeah.
Okay, I encourage people in the audience to fill up their doubts in the form. So another question was, do we need to prepare a PPT presentation and a technical video also for a clear representation of our idea, or just the submission of our working models?
In the judgment criteria or in the judgment evaluation criteria, we have given certain points for the presentation and report, right? So there has to be a proper, and as Vikas said, a comprehensible report and presentation.
I think Harsh will also leverage the inter IIT thing, like the best report that we had so far will get it delivered to them so that they have a clear understanding of what they need to present.
For sure,
Will that
for sure.
be okay?
Sure, sure, for
Yes,
sure.
sir. That'll be amazing.
Sure.
Okay, Yash and Abhinandan, you can ask your doubts in the Google form. So I guess that was it for the Q&A round. Rishika and Parijit, you go ahead.
Thank you, panelists. This was a really insightful session, and I hope you also enjoyed having this conversation with us today. Thank you, participants, for joining in. Thank you very much, panelists, for joining in too.
Sure, same from here.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for presenting, and thank you for being the bridge between us. And thank you, guys, all of you. And so, one last word of caution would be, for sure, this is going to be an amazing, amazing days ahead. And please just, it's a request that just try to see that you are able to explain something with your model, right? Just don't create a model and don't just create profits, but explainability is required for sure. And with the people with participants with explainability of their models would definitely have an edge for sure. So just make sure that you do that. And just taking cue from the inter IIT which we sponsored, right? Even we received a lot of submissions, but the top rankers were one with statistical approaches, because one of the common concerns in all ML submissions were that they lacked utterly generalizing capabilities. And once they were tested on the unseen data, they failed miserably. I'm saying miserably, right? So there was suboptimal performance on a lot of data patches which we ran them. And right, so and the models were not basically, you couldn't, like, live them in live trading environments. So there is a, see that there is a not any execution barrier with respect to model, right? So, and looking forward to see you guys in the offline event. I think the best will sail through for sure. And me, Vikas, and Sampan would like to give our best to mentor you, to handhold you, or to just bring out, push you for the best. And looking forward to all the insightful discussions we have in the campus, right? So thank you, guys. Thank you.
Sure, and you need to start, loading things up a bit right from today onwards, because this is very lengthy.
Thank you, sir. Also, on a side note, the meeting recording will be shared with all of you soon, so please stay tuned. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Have a